What was the most important god to the Vikings? Most important of all.
Yeah, that is also. We must also remember that they had many gods. You know.
Yes.
Yes, they had like. You know, of the main gods, they had like 25 male gods and like also 25, 26, 27 female gods. You know, they have a little more goddesses.
They had more female than male. Okay.
Yeah. So yes, a little. So and that is important to know that. So it was almost equal, but it was a little bit more the goddesses than the gods. Should always be remembered. And for some gods, they have both the female and the male aspects. You know, like the Ulur, he was the bow and arrow, and also the skiing.
The skiing.
And also there it was Skadi. Skadi was a goddess that actually was from a giant descendant, and she was also the bow and arrow, and also the skiing. And so there's, in some aspects we have both the female, but in some, you know, the goddess for the oath, that is a goddess, Var. Like we have the Varangians and like that. So that so Var was the goddess. That was a woman. That was not a man god. And then, but the watchman, you know, the watcher, like Heimdall.
Yes.
That was a male goddess. So you can see that some aspects you can have both and some others, but. For example, for the warriors, then of course Odin was the most important.
So it depends if you were a warrior, or a farmer, or a fisherman.
So if you
your most important god was different.
Yeah, different. So if you were a fisherman, then it was Njord. Njord, the father of Frey and Freya, because but it could also be that you worship Ran and Egg, but that was so they will not catch you in the net and drown you. That was to
the bottom of the sea.
So it was, you know, if it was, you know, if you were on the sea and it was, you know, bad weather, and if we were at the end of the Viking Age, and you could see that obviously the gods of the sea were against you, and then you ask, are there any Christians here? If it was, then they just throw him over the board to give him to the gods.
Okay, Lars. The next question is why the Vikings adopted the Christianism as a religion. Did all the Vikings converted to that religion?
No.
Okay.
No. It was so in the Viking Age, you know, the religion was something that was a person's own decision. That
was a personal decision.
That was personal. That no one else has to do it. So if you were heathen or Christian, it didn't matter.
Okay.
But it mattered for the kings. You know?
For the kings.
For the kings.
Okay.
And it was the kings, the Scandinavian kings, that brought in the Christianity to Scandinavia, because in the heathen times, you know, if you were a king, the religion didn't give you any power.
Not religious power.
Yes, actually religious power, because it was they were the leaders of the blow. The religious beliefs, and those that were leaders, it could not be used against others. Of course, you can use magic against people.
Okay.
Of course, you can do that, but that is another thing. But the religion, as a religion, you know, if you were a king, you didn't have more religious power. Then you have to arrange the blood, you know, the sacrifice party, and so on.
It was very hard for the kings in that age.
Yeah, it was hard because if it was, you know, really bad weather, at the spring, you know, and the summer, it didn't grow. It was not fertile enough. Then the people thought, okay, the king has a bad connection with God, so we have to sacrifice him. So
Okay.
that was not good. So that is why they
So
Viking
if it
king-
start raining now,
Yeah.
we can kill you and Jonas
no,
because you were leaving the blood yesterday.
no, but rain is actually good.
Okay, but not in summer.
No, if it's rain, if it rains, so it grows, then it's good. You
Okay,
know? So
okay.
it's a mix between sun.
Okay, we will not kill you.
Good. No, but when the kings, adopted, when they saw Christianity, then they became very interested, because then they could have material power, because then
Yes.
then the God
Christians gave material power.
they
Yeah.
gave, because they said, okay, the afterward, that is God. God's decision if you will go to hell or to heaven, and also it was a religion that wanted to scare people, and but then it was decided, but if you're the king, then you have the material power of the living. So the kings, the Viking king, they like that, because then wow, this Christianity means more power for us. So that is why.
Okay.
So when Scandinavia was Christian, it was Christian by the sword. They say, okay, are you a Christian
Or not?
no? Then they
Are
kill
you
them.
Are you with us or against us?
Yeah, I guess,
You're against us.
yeah.
You believe in Thor or Odin? We kill you.
Yes.
Yes.
So and what they
Not
did.
too many choice.
No, not many choices. So those that were the most known first Christian kings, they were also the most famous or infamous torture masters.
The most infamous what?
Torture masters.
Okay,
Yeah,
torture
they
masters.
they really have bad or were very bad in a good way for them to torture people. To submit. And the interesting thing it was that there were so many people that they took death instead to become Christian.
Okay.
But when they were, Christian,
Yes.
you were Christian, on whole area, and so a king could say, now you are all this area or
Yes.
Christians.
Okay.
So of course. Then there were, of
So
course,
there
many
was
that
an,
were heathens,
yes.
that still were heathens, and
So a lot of people did not accept the Christian God.
no,
They found they were killed.
yes. So they said, okay, we will have to go to the church or something, but they didn't have to believe it. And also, we should also remember when we talk about church history, when they say that Scandinavians were Christians, in the 11th century and so on, they were actually not. They were just and how it was, and the Scandinavian, bishops, they have their take on Christianity, like in Östergötland, there in part of Sweden,
Yes.
there the archbishop says, okay, if you're going to be married,
Yes.
you have to be married in the church,
In the church. Yeah.
and
With all the process of the Christianity.
yeah, but they didn't care about that, because they said, okay, and the first night
Yes.
I will have to fuck the bride. So they actually did it in a very bad way. Like, Christianity we use as power.
As a power.
Yeah, as
as
a power.
way to control, population.
Yeah, control population,
Yes.
and it also was a fashion.
Fashion? Okay.
Like you can see it on
That's
the
funny.
Yeah, it was a fashion to be a Christian. That was something new. You were continental. I'm a Christian. Yeah, so so you have to also know that.
Yeah. So to adopt the Christianism was a kind of fashion.
It was also it was also a
It's
fashion.
like, look, I'm Christian. I have a cross. now. Look.
Yes, and I have a church. It was
Okay,
also
we have a church.
on our
Yes.
farm. So, and you have to pay to come to the church. So it was.
Oh, yeah.
So it was. So in the 11th century, it was a fashion. It
was a fashion. Yeah.
But it also it can also but it was a bad fashion for the heathens, because if you have traditions.
Yes.
Traditions can be easily forgotten just over 2 and 3 generations. So if someone goes to Christianity, they also have remembrance of the heathen time. But then when their children and the grandchildren, they will long have a vague memory. And then if the religion is like the Christianity, a conquering religion, that wants people to submit, then of course and they're also very cunning, you know. They say, okay, we put the churches where the holy places are in the heathen times. So to use this places where it's tradition to go to. Oh no, we make another kind of sacrifice. Oh, and they speak this new magical language, you know, like Latin. So they get impressed, you know. But we like Norse, Proto-Norse, and Norse. That is better.
We don't like the Christian God.
Yeah.